Alright, so a little bit of context, like earlier in the stream, we were talking about how there is like some deep lore for like the banana situation in America that sounds like Metal Gear. So we're gonna, I guess, take a quick look-see at this. Listen, all I know is that there's some wild stuff going on. So sorry for the crumbling. Thank you, Miko. Thank you so much, Miko. Okay, but regardless, let's get into the thick of it, shall we?
American nation
Alright.
cannot.
I'm gonna hope you guys can hear
and
this.
will not permit the establishment of another communist government.
I'm gonna be crinkling up here. I'll be
called a
chiming in
Cavendish
like
banana.
sometimes.
The most common banana on earth. It's probably the one that you have in your kitchen right now. It's definitely the one you see in the grocery store. This banana was created in a fancy looking house in England.
Yeah, tell me about it, Bucko.
Yes, created, and yes, in England. Kind of weird. Bananas aren't from England. They're originally from Asia. And there are thousands of
my
different
sweet
kinds
Hawaiian.
of bananas.
It's low?
So how did
Okay.
this banana, the Cavendish, that was created in England, become the banana that you eat today? Well, the answer
better?
to that is not so simple. You have to understand the story of bananas.
Hopefully,
which, yes, is something
that's fine.
we're diving into.
So I just want you guys to hear me.
It's a story filled with predatory corporations and geopolitics and American imperialism and disease and really some amazing marketing. It explains how corporations can grow so big that they begin to act like governments, like dictators. And it explains why this banana, the Cavendish, the one you know and love, might not exist soon.
The world's most popular banana may be on the verge of extinction.
Oh, and while I was diving deep into this, I discovered that there's a better tasting banana out there. One that isn't supposed to exist anymore, but I got my hands on some. And yes, they're better.
Way better?
So
Okay.
buckle up.
Got
this
you.
is the effed up history of bananas. We're pausing this story really quick
Banana.
because I just need
Banana
to thank
phone.
the sponsor of today's
Sponsor?
video.
Oh, wait, hold on. Blay, I don't want
Stand.com.
sponsors.
A service-
No
so
free
bananas
ads
are
here.
fun
What are you
stuff.
talking
Like
about?
400
Who's this
he
guy and why
found
does he
this
look like
funny looking exotic yellow fruit? He started flashing in his eyes.
Why does he look like someone Chad DPT'd guy in beard oil? Guy from Mythical Morning but skinny.
And you have the World's Fair where all the people show up and
Rhett
show
and
off their
Link.
technology.
Rhett and Link.
At
They're
the
on
fair,
this. I
you've
can't
got
believe
this
it.
guy, Alexander
I
Graham
can't believe
Bell,
Rhett
who's
stole the
showing up
banana
with his-
economy.
This region, Central America, looks like a great neighborhood to control the supply chain. They wanted to control the
This is
people
so
who worked on the
fiery.
farm by owning their basic survival needs. They wanted to control the
supply
houses they
chain.
lived in and the stores they shopped in and what they could buy. They wanted to control the transportation by building railways so that they could quickly ship their product onto ports. They wanted to control the boats and the waterways so that they could get all of these bananas from Central America to the US before they spoiled. They started with Guatemala, pouring tons of investment into controlling every inch of their supply chain.
How are they controlling the
Soon, they were
supply chain
largest
here?
company in Guatemala. They owned a fifth
They're taking over
of the
Guatemala or
farmable land
something?
in the country. They owned
Oh my God,
all
they
of
are.
the railways and all of the radio stations and radio infrastructure. And by 1901, the
God.
government of Guatemala actually hired the United Fruit Company to manage the country's postal service. What?
Hello?
United Fruit was starting to look a lot like a government, and the result was a lot of
What are we
happy
doing here?
banana-eating Americans. So they kept going. They kept expanding their operations across Central America. So now with all of this beautiful infrastructure and trains and land, the next strategy for making bananas even more profitable was, you guessed it, paying the workers next to nothing. Oh, and paying them not with real money.
Can we
A lot of the
banana?
times, United Fruit
Yeah, I
paid their
know,
workers
right?
in vouchers. These vouchers could only be used in designated United
love underpaying
Fruit
my
commissaries.
workers.
So they're not actually making real money here. So wait, now the United Fruit Company has its own currency? Oh, and they also had like a private navy. 93 boats called the Great White Fleet. But then eventually they started
Okay,
using
why
these boats to like transport people on cruises. These
Ain't
boats were
that
even
serious?
used during World War II. United
yes,
Fruit
in order
started
to
to look like a literal government.
sell proper
They had
banana,
their
we must
hands in
control
everything, so much
everything.
so that they earned themselves the nickname El Pulpo, which means the octopus in Spanish. Meaning they had their tentacles in everything all over Central America. The land, the crops, the people, the infrastructure, and
Great
soon
White
enough,
Fleet.
government agencies.
I
Soon
mean,
these
yeah,
countries became
I
so
think that is
dominated
call
by
for vandalism.
and reliant on the United Fruit Company, that they were no longer run by the people or the governments. They were run by American banana companies who had all the power and leverage in the world. This led to the nickname Banana Republic, which is a politically unstable country whose society is exploited for profit for one single product, in this case, bananas. Yeah, and probably not the best sort of thing to name your clothing store after. Like, just a thought.
That's why?
Who made that decision? United Fruit
Okay, I'm
and
getting
other banana
too
companies
invested.
continued to grow and control Central America. Eventually, people got tired of this. In 1911, Honduras was like,
Wait,
all right,
my
we're done,
country.
banana companies.
Honduras
Like,
mentioned. Honduras mentioned.
we're gonna take back our land. We can take it from here. These are our plantations. You've gone too far. Banana companies didn't like this. So they organized a private army to help overthrow the government so that they could put in a president that they liked, who would allow them to keep doing exactly what they were doing and also give them a tax break. So yeah, banana companies are now overthrowing governments. Jeez. This kept happening. Anytime there was political dissent or the governments of these countries started to like step up and say like no, the banana companies would intervene.
Oh,
And
Honduras
guess who had their
mentioned.
back?
That's my flag.
The
That's my
US
flag right
military.
there.
And yes, we're back to Teddy
Should have
Roosevelt.
thought before they threatened the U.S. interest.
What a guy.
Okay, but what do you mean? What do you mean? You guys, clothing brands, postal service, the government. We're overthrowing the government over bananas. What is happening?
Around the
Why?
Caribbean, which is
Why?
big stick,
Just why?
In Honduras alone, the U.S. invaded 7 times in the early 1900s. All
That's
in the
crazy.
name of protecting these banana companies and other U.S. interests from having to face these pesky locals who were so
Yes.
audacious as to want to
They
run
can't be
their
that
own
good, bro.
country.
They
How
can't.
dare
There-
they?
there's no
And you have to
way.
remember that at this time, the U.S. was starting to get really comfortable with empire behavior. And Central America was at the top of the priority
Not even-
list.
I mean,
the banana
maybe
companies
top
knew
five,
this,
but not even top
which
3.
allowed
Come
them
on,
to
let's
feel
be serious.
emboldened to just sort of do whatever they wanted in the region. Okay, but this is sort of child's play. It started to get a lot worse in the 1920s.
How did it get worse?
There was a situation in Colombia where a bunch of workers for the United Fruit Company decided to stop working and protest their working conditions. They were asking for a few things like, I don't know, working 6 days a week instead of 7, or getting paid real money. The United Fruit Company refuses to negotiate with them and instead goes to the US and says, hey USA, we've got these really annoying workers who are like trying to unionize and trying to get paid and stuff. And it actually smells a lot like communism.
Oh, Jesus
And the
Christ.
US is
Oh
like,
my
"Wait,
God.
what, communism?
Jesus
Tell me more."
Christ.
So
Oh,
then the
no.
US
Oh,
threatens
no.
to invade with their Marines and
That was the
squash
magic
this
word.
strike
Oh,
if
no.
The Colombian military doesn't do something first. Reminder that we're not talking about some big political revolution or rebellion. We're talking about a few workers in a banana plantation protesting for more humane conditions. And yet, this was a priority for the US government to put pressure on Colombia to fix the situation. Of course, Colombia didn't want to make the US angry, so they responded and sent in their own troops to go put down this workers' strike. And they were ordered to, quote, spare no ammunition.
Holy crap.
So on December 5th, 1928, these protesters are in the town square in this town in Colombia, and the Colombian army shows up and massacres them. Men, women, and children were killed by their own military, all because an American banana company didn't want to pay them a decent wage. I mean, this is madness. It is madness to think that these
How have I
large
never heard of this?
geopolitical
This sounds like a
forces
huge
were coming to
thing.
bear over a banana plantation. This event is called the Banana Massacre.
It's so close,
This
too.
didn't stop in 1928. Fast forward to Guatemala in the 1950s. At this point, the United Fruit Company, El Pulpo, is making major profits. They own almost 50% of the land in Guatemala tax-free. But this president, Jacobo Arbenz, who was
Bananas are good. This might be a hot take, but I think even though bananas are good, we shouldn't do colonization about it. I think that's a little bit of a crazy talk. Like, we should treat, like, other cultures as, like, human beings. That's absolute blasphemy, okay? How am I gonna make $1 now? I'll be, like, losing, like $1,000 from, like, my millions? How am I gonna feed my kids, my family? There's no way I can. Kojima was here. I hope to God that there's gonna be like some one soldier that does everything.
is trying to change things. He wants to take land that United Fruit owns but isn't using and redistribute it to poor Guatemalans. He's sort of doing like a Robin Hood thing, trying to like lift poor Guatemalans out of poverty.
There's no way. There's no way.
But instead of engaging directly with the Guatemalan government, United Fruit goes to the White House and says those magic words again: communism. United Fruit then hired this PR magician, who happened to be Sigmund Freud's nephew, and he worked with news agencies to create a bunch of fake stories that linked Arbenz, the president of Guatemala, to communism. Completely fake news. And not just like using that word lightly, like he created a fake Guatemalan newspaper, created all these fake reports, and then distributed those fake newspapers to Congress. He planted the seeds in their minds that United Fruit Company were the good guys and that Arbenz, the democratically elected leader, needed to go because of communism. It totally worked. President Eisenhower, the president of the United States, believed all of this. And he sent in the CIA to get Arbenz out of power, to protect the banana people once again. So it's
not
a classic
communism,
CIA
anything
coup.
but communism.
They go find a bunch of rebels, they give them money, and they train them.
Rose to oust Guatemala's red infiltrated government.
They find a leader who wants to be the next president that's friendly to the US, and eventually they start broadcasting anti-government propaganda, and they turn Guatemalans against their government with all of this fake news and propaganda. They send the Navy in to block Guatemalan waters, they send some bombs onto Guatemala City, and then they invade.
We're nuking people. We're nuking people for the bananas.
They take over the government. The Guatemalan army surrenders, and the leader of the rebels becomes the new president, friendly to the United States. And now
I
the
would
banana
hate so
companies
much
are happy,
if
and they have
my
a
workers
guy
were
in
able to
power that
afford
is their
food.
guy. It's like they have a playbook on how to like mess with democracies around the world, and they just sort of followed the playbook. They're like, oh, we've done this before. We're gonna do it again in Iran in a little bit. Like this is like classic CIA coup. By the way, this coup was sort of a death blow to democracy in Guatemala. It divided and destroyed the budding civil society that has not allowed Guatemala to recover since. All because these banana companies wanted to control the supply chain. These things leave scars, major marks on a country, scars that are still felt today. There was a ton of banana supply, but demand wasn't rising fast enough. The average American didn't totally know how to use bananas. So the United Fruit Company creates this amazing marketing campaign. So now they're paying doctors to write amazing academic journal articles about bananas. They cut a deal with Kellogg's to like market the cereal as something that pairs with bananas, which is something I still do today.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I do that. Oh my god, I do that. Oh god, that's horrible. Wait, my childhood was built on lies? It was built on lies? On lies?
Part of United Fruit Company's efforts to control everything was standardizing the genetics of the banana, making them all exactly the same. Monocultures is what we call that. The problem with monocultures is that they're like heaven for a disease, because you don't have to solve the same puzzle to infect another banana. If you infect one, you infect them all. And that's exactly what happened. Panama disease was a fungus that came in and destroyed banana plantations. The banana supply in the US shrank rapidly, and there was even a hit song about the banana shortage.
We have no banana.
Guess esto.
The banana that they had been using, the one that was getting really popular in the US, was called the Gros Michel, or the Big Mike banana. But it was now completely getting ravaged by disease. So these banana companies are freaking out. They're like, we are done. Like, we've built this entire empire, and this disease is gonna wipe us out. So they started to scramble to find another banana. It turns out there's like 1,000 types of bananas out there. There's like red ones and blue ones and like teal ones. I mean, a blue banana. I feel like I have to eat a blue banana at some point in my life. But here's the problem. Us Americans, we buy our food kind of with our eyes first. We're just like, it needs to look good. And so these companies realized that they couldn't send a blue banana to the United States. They needed a banana that looked similar. Yellow, sweet, and seedless, so that they could keep selling to Americans who hopefully wouldn't notice the switch. Enter our friend, the Cavendish banana.
Wow,
Like I said at the
wow.
beginning, this banana was invented by a British guy who was tinkering with banana seeds in this amazing looking house in northern England. And after years of playing around with the genetics, the plant finally flowered and popped out this big, beautiful yellow banana. And so he named it after the Duke, William Cavendish. So now here's the sad part. The Gros Michel, the
vida es
one
una
that
grande
caught on, that was
mentira.
like the big hit in America, was a way better
espera.
banana, is a way better banana. It is sweeter, it's more durable, and it's just overall a better banana compared to the Cavendish. In fact, the artificial banana flavor that we have in our candies, like Laffy Taffy, comes from the original Gros Michel, not from the Cavendish. But the Gros Michel was getting destroyed by this disease, and the Cavendish was luckily resistant to the disease. So the dictator banana companies made the switch and hoped that the people wouldn't care or notice as long as they looked the same. And guess what? It totally worked. They quietly switched out the banana to the new Cavendish, and people just kept buying bananas. I mean, I can't believe that there is a better banana out there that I have not tasted. Wonder if I can get my hands on one.
Lo compró?
Bananas. The Gros Michel banana still exists. It's just a select few people on this planet still grow it. And I found a farm that sent me a few.
¿Cómo lo compró? ¿Lo puedes
try
comprar
this
en
thing.
como Amazon o algo?
Gros Michel, let's do this.
Se mira como un plátano.
What a beautiful banana. Wow. I mean, I'm obviously primed to like this more, so I don't know if I'm really liking it more, but it's definitely a better banana right now in my mind. Slightly different color. It's got this like burgundy vibe going on. It's sweeter. I like the texture
No vi
more.
nada.
I think this is a better banana. Too bad this thing got completely wiped out by a disease. Okay, so let's get up to speed before we finish this story off, because the last part of it is quite interesting and applies to our modern
Sí,
day.
dígame,
To summarize,
dígame, por
bananas
favor.
came to the US, predatory companies invaded whole countries to help the US exploit them for bananas while using amazing marketing to keep demand up. And because of this Panama disease, they had to switch to the inferior Cavendish banana. So where do we go from here? United Fruit eventually rebranded to Chiquita. They're still doing some pretty shady stuff,
Chiquita.
like paying millions of dollars.
¿Todavía no están pagando a sus personas? ¿Cómo vas a pagar a una persona como
Banana
así?
companies will probably always do this. Because
¿Cómo
the other
va-
thing
cómo-
that remains is that bananas are still soft and spoil quickly and grow in faraway places from where you eat them. So the entire supply chain needs to be controlled. And the other thing that hasn't changed is that the new banana is genetically optimized
Todavía no
so that
están
every
pagando
banana is exactly the
terrorists.
same. So it fits perfectly into these boxes, into these crates, onto these ships, into these supermarkets. But guess what? There's another disease. The Panama disease, the one that wiped out the Gros Michel, it's back. And it's mutated and it's coming for the Cavendish. And what's tricky about these diseases is there's no way to detect them before they arrive, before it's too late. It just quietly kills the banana trees and makes it impossible to ever grow there again. You have to burn the entire plantation. This is already happening. In the Philippines, which is the second largest exporter of bananas, the disease has devastated the land and the banana economy. It's making its way through Asia. Okay, but Asia's like super far away, and it's like there's a whole ocean in between. It's like all our bananas come from Latin
I'm sorry.
America. Wrong. In 2019, it was detected in Colombia. And in April of this year, just a few months ago, the disease was found in
Oh.
Peru, right next to Ecuador, which is the
Oh.
largest exporter of bananas that come to the US. It's coming for your bananas. So everyone's on high alert. And bananas, as we know them, might be doomed. So now we're seeing history kind of repeat itself. We're looking at the potential collapse of a $25 billion industry and entire economies, which is like hundreds of thousands of jobs.
Oh my god.
To me, the big problem here, the thing that's repeating itself, is the same problem.
I'm so mad
of
about the
United
cereal
Fruit
thing. Oh my
Company
god,
going in
I'm
and
so
trying to
mad. I'm
control
so mad about
every
the cereal
angle
thing.
of their production to maximize profits. When we have companies that feel emboldened to do whatever it takes to make the most profit, you're gonna get situations like this, whether it is banana massacres in Colombia, or a coup in Honduras, or
This
a
is-
monoculture.
there
that
is
gets wiped
more
out by
banana
disease
news?
Time and time again. We try to engineer our way out of these problems, and we sometimes do, but at the end of the day, nature will catch up with us. And as long as we ignore the true costs
Like, I haven't had a real
of these
banana, I
economies,
guess.
the cost to people, to democracies, to ecologies, we're never actually going to get rid of these problems. Okay. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna eat a Cavendish now.
Okay, wow, now we can be snobby. Now we can like go up to like bananas and be like, oh, I'm gonna have a Cavendish banana and be all like proper and all that stuff. But like, what do you mean that like there's just America's like an awful place. I mean, surprising to like no one, but like, oh my goodness, say communism in like older America and we will like sick them. We'll like rally as a country and be like, oh my goodness, stop this communism that is existing. Like, there's communism in the banana industry. We have to put a stop to this. We have to enter in ASAP, okay? We have to be the heroes to this story and save the bananas, okay? But why? This is just why. Oh yeah, that's my country. Honduras mentioned. Honduras, sufferer of like the banana trade, I guess. Cause like, Honduras found the Metal Gear. But like, anyways, shall we get back to baseball?